These 5 mistakes are keeping you stuck on FC25 and you need to fix them. Otherwise, you'll stay stuck no matter what players you buy. The first mistake is not passing the ball in the direction you are facing. You will always see good players passing the ball in the direction they are facing. This little change can make a big difference to your gameplay. When you are being pressed by the players, guys, what happens? You panic, and because you panic, you end up making wrong passes. Now, a simple fix to this is to always pass the ball in the direction you are facing. If you're facing left and you want to pass to the player who is on your right, first turn towards him using your left stick or performing a ball roll and then pass the ball. This is key. You will always see pro players, good players opening up an angle towards the passing lane. This is important. This game is all about angles, and if you don't understand angles when it comes to playing FC25, you will struggle on this game. If you're being pressed, you panic. When you panic, you just press the passing button and end up losing the ball. Be conscious of where you are passing and do you even have that passing lane. Just don't pass for the sake of passing. Everything you do in this game, you have to do it intentionally. I have seen so many of my coaching trainees losing games just because they were not looking where they were passing, and they end up conceding easy goals because of this. By the way, talking about coaching, if you want to get coached by me, check the description box below. The second mistake is forcing the play, and it is a mistake most good players are guilty of as well. We see a through ball, we try to play that through ball, but we don't pay attention to the opponent's cursor. Is he marking the attacking player? Then why are we playing that pass if it is too predictable, right? You see an open passing lane, your opponent also sees that open passing lane. So guys, you need to trigger a run. You need to create variation in your attack and then pass the ball. You have to manipulate the mind of the opponent, and you can only do that by using mechanics such as triggering runs, which is by L1 LB, send a player forward, or do a fake dribble. You pass the ball, you do a ball roll, and then you don't pass. You do step overs, you trigger runs, you go in the wings, you open up space, and then you pass. You just don't keep passing the ball for the sake of passing the ball and then trying to force a through ball. For example, if I perform a first time through ball and I score, if I'm playing a good player, next time he is going to mark it. So what can I do? I can tell my striker to run and instead make the pass towards my winger. That way I can open up space and then perform a recycle. This is exactly the reason why people say this is a game of chess. If you just stop forcing passes and look up, stop being tunnel vision and see what's happening on the pitch, you will improve so much on this game. And I am not even kidding. The fourth mistake that I'm going to show you is a very crucial one. But before that, here is the third mistake. That is over dribbling. Guys, like I said, forcing the play is bad. Also, over dribbling is bad. Stop taking unnecessary touches on the ball. So many times there will be a passing lane open, but players don't take it. They hesitate. They overthink. Overthinking is your worst enemy in FC25, and you cannot, absolutely not overthink in this game. This is why you need to train your muscle memory. And how do you train your muscle memory? By repeating the right tasks over and over again. I told you to pass the ball in the direction you're facing. Consciously train that skill. Then consciously train not forcing the passes. This is how you improve at these things. Similarly, when it comes to over dribbling, guys, why do we dribble? To find space. As simple as that. Once you have found space to pass the ball or take a shot, take that shot. Be a machine gun in front of the goal, not a sniper. If you see an open passing lane, take that passing lane. Why are you hesitating? If you have players with tiki-taka, that gives you an advantage to play quick passes. Play quick passes. If you have pinged pass, use it. Don't overthink, because in this game it is all about timing. If your opponent cannot read you, then you are going to be one step ahead. That is what you want. And over dribbling kills your tempo. Tempo is king on FC25. The fourth mistake, the biggest mistake people still make on FC25 is not using right stick switching. And if they do use it, they don't use it correctly. Right stick switching is the biggest skill gap in this game. L1 is limited. It will always give you the player who is closest to the ball. You don't have a lot of control on who you're gonna get. You need to read the opponent like an open book, and if you're gonna read him like an open book, you need to use right stick switching. How do you improve right stick switching? By consciously practicing it. You cannot learn too many things at one time. Human brain doesn't have that capability. for most human beings at least. This is why if we focus on improving one habit at a time, that is when we can actually improve on this game. Guys, go and kick off and improve your right stick switching. Be conscious of where you are pointing your right stick. It's not that hard. It just takes a few days of consistent practice. When you're good at right stick switching, you can defend first time through balls. If you're not good at right stick switching, you'll go on Twitter and cry about first time through balls being broken. But if you're good at right stick switching, you'll be able to read them and defend them. You can react to your opponent's move by using right stick switching. Right stick switching is the best thing you can ever learn in this game. It's the best investment of time you will make if you're still playing FC25. It will improve your defense instantly, trust me. Also, it's not just right stick switching. You need to understand when and where to switch. If I just tell you improve your right stick switching, okay, that's good. You have improved the mechanical part. What about in-game situations? You have to remember, first, track the runs. Second, press the opponent. Always think in this pattern. Okay, where is the most dangerous run being made? You see the dangerous run? Now you track that run, then you press the opponent using right stick plus L1 switching. Now the fifth mistake that people still make is changing tactics like they change clothes. You cannot run a new tactic every day until and unless you are mechanically very gifted and you understand the game at a good level. If you're in Div 1, Div 2, Div 3, guys, changing tactics won't take you far. You play good with a new tactic, that's because the honeymoon period is in. You're probably getting easier matchmaking. In your brain, you think, wow, this tactic is so overpowered. You play well for a few games, then you're back to zero. This is why you need to understand what do you need. I prefer CMs. If you prefer CDMs, stick to the 4-2-3-1 wide. Stick to the 4-2-1-3. Keep playing those formations until and unless you get used to them. You'll memorize when players are making runs. You'll memorize when you need to switch to your defenders, when you need to switch to your wingers. That is when you start playing like a good player. You won't have to consciously think about these things during the game. And sticking to one tactic will allow you to master that formation. Once you master it, you'll have a lot of success. Now, talking about formations, check this tactic out here, which I believe is the best tactic on FC25.